Hello and welcome to Let Us Farm. My name is Emelifon Oge of Let Us Farm. You're welcome to Let Us Farm. So today we'll be discussing what causes boil on the surface, on the skin or head of your catfish. So you may have seen from the opening montage a fish that has something like that, but we'll be discussing further to know why that situation happened and what you can do to solve the situation if you see anything like that. So try and watch this video to the end and ask me any question at the end of this video, and I'll be able to answer you and put you on the right track if you're making mistake. Remember, all these services are free. If you're having any problem in your farm, just send me the video. I will help you to solve it free of charge. And don't forget, we don't have any WhatsApp group. We're not forming any group. I will never ask you to pay money to join any of my WhatsApp group because it doesn't exist. I'll be right back to discuss this. Welcome back. So from the video you just watched now, that's like a skin boil. When you look at it, it looks like boil. It looks like, infection on your catfish and everything like that. So sometimes you have seen this situation in your pond, but you don't really know what caused it. Looks like skin is boiling or spilling off. Now, when you see issues like this, the first thing that comes to your mind is infection. Truthfully, this thing you're looking at did not just happen. No, it did not just happen. Most of the times, it's already a developing issue. Then when the fishes die, within the period they died, and the time you saw it, the thing now swells up to be what you just saw on the screen now. What causes it? It's primarily an infection issue, which is caused by mismanagement of the pond. When you mismanage your pond, how do you mismanage your pond? When you overstock the catfishes in your pond, when you don't change their waters as at when due, when you pour too much feed and allow the feed to soak in the pond without the fishes eating it. This is a problem. But many people don't understand this. People still believe that if you are feeding your catfish, just heap the feed in the water and that they will eat it later. I have said it time without number. Once the feed you put in the pond soaks, your catfishes will not eat it because the feed becomes soggy. That's just the truth. It becomes like bread that has stayed long inside water. Nobody will eat it. But some people may, but many people will not. But catfishes will not, because the thing has lost its value. Then this feed, when they are soaked, because feed is made up of many ingredients. Some of these ingredients contain oil, mineral water, and things like that. So the combination of all these things will soak in the water and release their content in the water. The thing will now add with the waste that the catfish are releasing inside the water to increase the ammonia concentration in the water. Now, this ammonia concentration sometimes looks like it's hot, looks like it's burning. So this ammonia is what makes those places to peel up and swell up. Now, if you want to have a true idea of this issue, if you see anybody that have a poultry farm, go, especially if it's like a battery cage poultry farm, go and put your hand under those cages when the birds are. You discover that you see there's an ammonia heat coming up from the feces that they drop. That type of feces is what happens inside the water when these things are too much inside the water. So you can imagine the vapor that comes out from that. But this time around is coming out in a cooling system because it's now mixed with the water. And this is what gives your fishes that burning sensation that you're seeing on their body. So how do you manage situations like this? First thing first, if you notice that any of your catfish is having like a swollen body or anything, remove that particular one from the pond. Put it in another pond. Then those ones in that pond that is happening, very simple, change their water immediately. If an example, before you are changing water every 4 days, some people may say, oh, who changes water every 4 days? There are many people that do it. They do it because they think that they don't have water and their fishes can manage. You don't know that you are just wasting your time, because you are indirectly making your fishes not to get to the level you want them when you want to sell. So what you do is remove the one that has this problem. Reason why you are removing it is not because it's going to infect others, no. But if it's inside that pond, there's very high chance that other fishes are going to cannibalize on the fish. Remember, the fish is not dead, but that injured area may soon have injuries and peel off, and the fishes may decide to cannibalize. And you don't want to introduce your fishes to cannibalism. Once you do that, you may be shocked that every time you come to your pond, you see scores in your pond, because if you delay their food and they've known about cannibalism, they start cannibalizing anything that has injury. So you do not want that to happen. So the first thing you do is you remove that particular fish and put it in another pond. Now when you put that fish in another pond, the next thing you are going to do now is the ones that you left in your pond. Like I said, if you are wasting time in your changing water, readjust your timetable. Change your water every 2 days. Now, when you have done this, the next step is reduce the quantity of the catfishes you stocked in that pond, because obviously you overstocked the pond. Some people may keep arguing, because most people, when I tell them, when they ask me, oh, please, what is the number of fishes I'm going to stock in my pond? I tell them, they start barrage of arguments that, oh, this one told me that this is happening. In fact, I remember when I tell some people that, come, this your pond is going to take 100, 120. They say, do I know how many liters of water is going to be in that pond? It makes me laugh, because I mean, what am I supposed to benefit by lying to you? It's not as if maybe if I agree with you, it makes you to be rich. If I don't agree with you, it makes me to be rich. I don't know. We're not dragging anything. I'm only just trying to put you in the correct path, because it's a path that I have walked through before, and I believe I know it more than you, and that's why I'm trying to put in the correct path. But when you now start getting the barrage of these arguments from people, and everybody's like asking you that, no, it's not going to be like that, it's going to be like this, the first thing I do is to keep quiet and listen to you. Then if you're not ready to like hear what I'm going to say, then I continue. So now, once you have done that, like I said, you have to immediately reduce the number of fishes you have in that pond, because it's already overstocked. So when you reduce the number of fishes that you have in that pond, make sure that you now start changing the water in the pond as at when due. Every 2 days, change the water in that pond. You don't need to bother yourself saying that, oh, I want to go and buy treatment. Forget about buying drugs. The fishes will be okay. Once you start doing the normal thing, they will be fine. The issue of buying drugs is that most times you buy drugs, those drugs don't work. What they give your fishes stunted growth, and it's a problem. Some people may not say, oh, what of bitter leaf? It's your choice. But I'm telling you, the bitter leaf may not have any single effect on that. Instead, it may even go to pollute the water more. So why do you need to do that? There's no need. Then for the one that is injured, once you keep it in a separate pond, remember that catfish already has a serious problem because of the situation on the body. So once you put it in a separate pond, you can actually buy what we call fish biotics. But if it was me, I will not buy any drug. I will leave it in that place. But out of curiosity, many people want to like, no, I don't want to leave it. I want to do this. I want to. Fine. So if you want to do that because you want to do that, well, you can buy fish biotics, place that one on fish biotics for another 3 to 5 days. After that, stop giving them any treatment and they will be fine. So if you can do this and then pick it up from here to start doing what you are supposed to do by making sure that every 2 days you change your water and don't over pour barrage of feed in the catfish water. Feed them using spot feeding for your own benefit, not for mine. So if you start like that, everything will settle. Now, have I said anything to confuse you the more? And if you are still having some concerns about your size of pond and how many fishes you want to stock in it, kindly do a video of your pond. Tell me the length, the breadth, and the depth of that pond, and I will tell you how many fishes you will stock in that pond free of charge. And if you're having any issues with your farm, kindly do a 2 to 3 minutes video and send to me. When I look at this video, I will tell you what to do. Remember, all these services are free. Until I come your way next time, my name is Emele from Oge of Let Us Farm. Keep farming. It's a way of life.